Okay, to part two of the whole painting process. Okay, so in part one, we ended off um, doing the touching on the process of shading, adding shade and highlight to our image. So of course here I'm just going through the process of blocking in my shadows. So obviously underneath clothing, little crevices of the eyes here. And you are allowed to go back to our reference picture and we can just grab it here, pull it up here to the very top. See, this is our reference picture so that we can see where we're supposed to put shadow. And here I'm noticing some shadow right here. I'm noticing some intense shadows. For some intense shadows, I'm going to go a little bit darker. I'm going to toggle off here. And I'm going to notice some intense shadowing here. Some intense shadowing right here. And some intense shadow here. And right here. And right here. The rest is pretty highlighted if you can see. I like to add a little bit more drama to my images. So I'm just going to go in again and intensify the shadow. And I can add another layer here, another shadow layer here. In order for me to get that really intense shadow that I'm looking for right here. You see this? Going straight for it. It brings more realism to the image. Nishimana. So again, I'm going to add the same shadow here. And we're going to blend all these shadows right here. Okay, so here I'm now adding the more intense shadows using a hard brush, a hard opacity brush. Okay, so just adding some contrast. The more contrast you have in an image, the more exciting it is. If you've noticed on a human face, the more contrast is found in the nose, corners of the nose, and in the eyes, and that's why our eyes are drawn to the face, the facial features that are the eyes, the mouth, and the nose. It figure helps us notice these features. And when we're drawing these portraits, that's the first place I want you to put your contrast. So here I'm looking for a nice blending brush, which I found a really good smudging brush to create a certain texture that would blend in with the rest of my shading. I didn't want be as intense as that because once it's intense and not blended in, it looks like a mistake. So I got in with my smudging brush and smudged it all in, getting like a feathered, a brushed effect around the cheek area. Don't worry, the rest of the cheek area is going to be blended too. As you can see, I've got this on a layer on top of the other of the other blending layer. So here I'm just getting an eraser so that I can clean up, in general, I can clean up the places I don't want the shadow to be on. Like on the chin, our chin is it's gonna be cast shadow onto the neck. So it doesn't make any sense for that shadow to be on top of the chin too. So that is why you can see me going through and coming in with that brush and cleaning up all the edges even on the other layer. Here I'm taking a harder brush because I want to really sharpen up those areas around the nose so we get a clean, sharp image. As we continue with the cleaning up, I'm noticing and refining some of these edges. Um, it's a bit nerve-wracking doing a tutorial that will last less than a couple of days. I'm doing this image for the tutorial. Usually it takes me a couple of days to do a portrait. So here I'm just trying to um, do as much as I can in the couple of minutes that I can. Otherwise, it's going to take hours. It was really going to take hours. So here I've got a nice soft brush so that I can blend out these very harsh edges. It's just like doing makeup for those who enjoy applying makeup. You're not going to go out with harsh lines of contour, and that is just the main topic, the main takeaway here. So here I realized after looking at the image that there's no shadow here. This is me just removing this shadow here. Just removing it here because the light is coming from that end. So it doesn't make any sense to have that shadow there. So I'm just going to blend out the shadow underneath the hair and make sure that my shadows are consistently and gradually getting darker as it gets into the hair. And I'm just going to continue carving out her cheekbone, making sure that the shadows, the contour is not too harsh. So as you continue with your image, I would like you to be able to always look back and see and take a look at your image and ask yourself, does this look okay? Take your eye off of the image, come back, look at it again. So here I was questioning this very harsh shadow and I decided I didn't like it. So I came in with a softer brush and started cleaning up these areas. Came in with an eraser, started cleaning up these areas nicely and redoing them so I can get a really nice soft blend. So this is me checking to see what it looks like. And now I'm moving on to the highlights. So I've created a new layer. I'm going to click and I'm going to check on the original image. You see all those nice highlights on the skin. So I'm going to try and emulate that. She's got the sunshine just on her right now. So that is what I want to recreate. I'm not going to do it exactly, but to my ability, I'm going to do what I feel I should do. I go to my layer and I go to dodge, lighten, drop it down to 18% because you have to build up this highlight. And I'm not going to pick the brightest color. I'm just going to pick a nice grayish color. I'm going to start with that and I'm going to build it up as I go with many layers of highlight. You can see I'm already attacking the forehead because that's where a lot of light is, and the cheeks with a smaller brush, coming in here with the nose and the chin. So here when I get this to a point where I feel like I need this highlight to be, I'm going to start layering more and more and building it up for shine. So I add another layer and I repeat the same process that I did before. And then instead of making the percentage 18, now I've got a higher percentage because I want a brighter highlight. So here I've got this nice brighter highlight here, and going up the ridge, the bridge, the nose bridge, around the cheeks, on the brow bones, making sure that I have tackled all the places that I want to have a nice highlight. And then again, I'm going to go for a brighter. Actually, I'm going to pick a white. And I'm going to build it up to a point, um, the highest point of the highlight on the nose and around the eye area. The eyeshadow is very shiny, so we want to reflect that. Underneath the eye to make it look her look very bright, very